Shalom. Welcome to the Benjamin Franklin tarot reading. This is Independence Hall. Reveal what needs to be known. Bring all sources and information to the surface. For those of you who are new to Ancestral Caucasian Connection, this is where we dive deep into the history of the United States. We bring forth whatever information either isn't shared in history classes and social studies classes, humanities classes, in the public United States school system, and we bring it all to the surface intuitively. So whatever is not mainstream information, whatever may be personal information that was never dealt with properly during the lives of whatever individuals we speak about, as Benjamin Franklin is one of several. We have covered pretty much every denomination of currency as far as dollar bills, except for, I believe, the $5 bill with Abraham Lincoln. So, with that being said, we've even covered Queen Elizabeth II as well, because this, even though Benjamin Franklin is one of the founding fathers, where did the founding fathers come from? So we've dealt with that aspect of things as well, the origin of the United States. Okay, as I said, on the back of that particular dollar bill is Independence Hall. Now, as we can see, the state of this country is ass. So until we can fully deal with all of the issues that have been hidden from even before the founding fathers founded this country, we will continue to suffer in ways that make no logical sense. The narrative is pushed that the United States is the land of the free. It's not. Look at me. My people did not come here free. Along with the fact that a lot of my people in my direct bloodline were here already. Were pushed out of their native places. Were not given proper compensation at all. And are still today being denied regular people rights. Those who refuse to believe that you can research concepts such as redlining. And even now today, we are facing digital redlining. And if you don't believe that, another executive order has been released concerning AI. And I have just released an article concerning what law professionals, financial law professionals, have been speaking about concerning discrimination due to the repeated actions of the creators of AI. Who are the creators of AI? The founding fathers. If you feed artificial intelligence repeated rhythms and systems that have happened throughout the history of this particular country, you would create a discriminatory artificial intelligence system. Because that is what these things are based on. Five of Swords. Four of Pentacles. It's 2:40. We have 4 viewers and we're 4 minutes in. 444. I'm highly protected. And so are the rest of us who are ready. 7 of Chalices. Emperor card. We're going to get two more. Six of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. I had a feeling this was going to be concerning the great wealth transfer. Hermit card. Virgo energy. Earth energy. So concerning Earth, we have two Pentacles cards here. And then also concerning the Wheel of Fortune, is just the imagery is very much Earth. Due to the fact that citizens in this country have been lied to the fullest extent, not just a little bit, to the fullest extent. Most individuals were completely unaware of the fact that redlining was an actual practice practiced by the banking system, the loan system, and the United States government itself. Things as simple as redlining caused generational poverty and generational issues that perpetuate throughout each individual generation. Not just the generations as far as the names. You have the silent generation, the baby boomers generation. No. Each generation of births happening. So while there could be 3 different generations affected by it in this family, there could be 5 generations affected in this family. The public school system is funded by property taxes. So when you intentionally redline and decrease value of property so that the citizens cannot have equity, further lowering the amount of property taxes that fuel that particular area's economy, that's less money to the school system, which is less education for those individuals, which gives them even less insight for them to make a change for anything that can happen in that area, which increases poverty, which increases crime. This was an intentional plague placed upon the citizens who live in predominantly indigenous and aboriginal areas. In order to release certain issues from this country, whatever this country has a stronghold of, whatever it is, they have to be released by their truth coming to the surface. So we accomplish that by bringing the direct situations and issues from these individuals' bloodlines, therefore releasing it out to the public for other things to make sense. These people, not only did they have hidden agendas, not only were they in secret societies, they hid the facts that were necessary for us to properly ascend spiritually. They hid occult knowledge and used it against the collective. Not just against aboriginals, not just against indigenous beings. Everyone is constantly affected by these issues by intending to hurt the aboriginals. By trying to keep the aboriginals blind, docile, and ignorant, it affects everyone across the board. Everyone looks at the United States. Everyone. Everyone observes the United States. Everyone. The founding fathers backstabbed the Aboriginals when they came here. They lied and manipulated them. We know this. It's December 10th, and several of you celebrated Thanksgiving a couple of weeks ago. We're aware of things happening in other countries called genocide, yet we still have our issues here, and you want to celebrate that said genocide, okay. All this gold that's hidden, you see some of these coins that are here, you see some of them, but it's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. Information, documents, artifacts, hidden away from who it belongs to. The illusion of ruling. It's an illusion caused by force and violence, manipulation, scandals. It's an illusion. If it's in God we trust, why did anyone have to lie about it? The antics of false generosity, appearing to be bigger than everyone else when you're just the same, causing the masses to be docile sheep intentionally, poisoning the food, poisoning the water, poisoning the air. Manipulation. That's not rulership. Rulership is taking on a role when it's necessary. That is the fortune. Having righteous rulership. Now, we know these things. So what about Benjamin Franklin is going on? So, hermit. Virgo energy. This is self-isolation, self-studies, and deep meditation, self-realization. So Benjamin Franklin is an Aquarius, born January 17th. He was born in Boston. Okay. Now, he was an inventor. He stole a lot of stuff. He stole a lot. He didn't steal everything. He did not steal everything. But he stole a lot. So anyone who comes from the bloodline of Franklin needs to realize you have stolen items, ideas, stolen patents, stolen intellectual property that needs to be returned. And if it cannot be directly returned, the victims need to be compensated. There's no other way. You're dealing with several issues that have nothing to do with financial, but because you keep gaining financially based off the actions of the founding father, you're going to keep going through them. You can book my services, is linked in the description box to see exactly what needs to happen. Your children are telling you it, but you want to ignore them and you want to give them the best education and you want to give them as much money as possible so that they'll be happy, but they're still killing themselves. You don't have anybody to pass the business on to anymore. You don't have anyone to pass the wealth on to anymore. That's going to keep happening if you keep trying to keep secret. M said, yo, love from South Africa. Been watching you since I was 16. It's been a year. I appreciate all the knowledge. I greatly appreciate you. That's great. Him 3000 said, it's all connected like a giant computer. Exactly. I'm pretty sure you're referring to the AI. But exactly. So if it's all connected and everything is all happening, that means that the consciousness of the individuals who have built this country is going into that system. So does that mean that the lies are going to resurface with AI, or is AI going to be trained to keep secrets as well? In order for things to level out and in order for this chaos to stop, the truth has to be revealed. All of it. All of it. All of the mixed children that were had from slaves. All of the adopted children that were had from slaves. All of the children that were sold and not documented. All the prostitutes and the concubines. All of it. All of it. It all has to come to the surface. It says Franklin played a key role in building the nation. He was the most important founding father. He was the oldest and the one who had contributed the most to the cause of independence. Franklin signed the Treaty of Alliance with France, convincing the French government to support America against powerful Britain. Wasn't the Statue of Liberty a gift from France? And wasn't it originally a black woman? But then y'all had to change because you just can't stand black women being a figure for anything other than your fetishes? You want to sign treaties with other countries, but you don't want to appreciate the ones who actually built the country, though. Who were the ones who were taking care of your kids? Who were the nannies? Because, if I'm not mistaken, a nanny's just like supposed to, I don't know, take care of a child and basically babysit them until the mom comes back and actually nurtures them. But we were breastfeeding y'all's kids. It wasn't just, hey, come here, let me console you until your mom gets back. It's, no, let me raise you. You're my child. Your mom is just a surrogate. Franklin. Any company, I'm hearing store, any street, any community center, any library, any city that's named Franklin, see how it's affected by Benjamin Franklin. Do your research on that particular item, street name, whatever, and see why it got its name. Why is it named after Benjamin Franklin? And then tie it back to who's still in rulership of it, whether they're owner of a company, whether they're a politician, whatever the case may be, and contact them directly. Send them a letter in the mail. Let me see. It says that he was 84 years old when he passed away. So that's 12, which is 3. Ace of Chalices. I already saw this coming. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hold on. Just 2. Whoop. Just give me one more. One more. 1. One. What's going on? Why can't we get one more? We just need one more. This is the final one? Okay, that makes sense now. We got the final one. And guess who it is? The devil. So, bottom of the deck, we have Dalet, number 4. 4 Pentacles, confirmed from the first pulling. Right here. Accumulation, savings, thrift, greed, selfishness, and stinginess. Ace of Pentacles. Generating force, vital energy, inexhaustible source, vitality, abundance, love. Oh. Aleph. The devil. Samek, number 15. Capricorn. A time period of 12 to 2 a.m. Tabeth in Hebrew. Tebeth. Positive qualities are charm, seduction, magnetism, sexuality, experience freely, passionate spirit. The negative aspects are lust, temptation, greed, lack of scruples, abuse, evil, self-destructive will. What do we have here? In the 4 Pentacles, we have greed. In the devil, we have greed. Interesting. We got Capricorn, which is an earth sign, and then we have an earth card with the pentacles. Okay, yeah, going back to what I said originally with all the earth energy. Manipulating the 3rd dimension. And now, again, we have AI, which is essentially a 2nd dimensional aspect. We have a 3rd dimensional aspect and a 4th dimensional thought realm. And we have now created a 2nd dimensional thought plane. Manipulating the earth realm. If greed is what runs everything, then how is anyone supposed to actually ascend despite all of these technological advancements? We're smarter. We have more technology pieces. Isn't that what you do, Ben? Isn't that what you do, Benjamin Franklin? You're an inventor, right? You know a lot about science, right? Innovation, evolution, all that good stuff, right? Yeah. How is anyone supposed to fully enjoy those aspects without properly healing his people? We have these smartphones here. We have what's called social media. If technology is supposed to make us happier, then why are people more depressed and more mentally ill now that social media exists? But the inventors, they're supposed to get all the credit, right? Everything's supposed to be great because all these new inventions keep coming about. We cannot enjoy anything as a society if these secrets continue to remain secret. Everything needs to be brought to the surface in order for us to evolve completely and totally. Hen 3000 said there was an amnesia like cloak over us. Oh, there was an amnesia like cloak over us. There's a time in history that we're missing that would make everything make sense. Exactly. That's what these are for. That's what these are for. Now, usually I would get a whole bunch of intuitive messages. I would hear things. I'm not hearing anything about Mr. Franklin. That's how I know. They have their secrets very heavily cloaked. almost every other individual that I've read on, I've been getting intuitive messages. I'm really just reading from cards right now. I haven't heard anything from the psychic realms to be able to just pinpoint anything. Zen said, I've had a lot of Jezebels after me lately. You keep your conversation relevant to what the topic is. Greed. Let's see. Federal Reserve note. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. Note. 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 Benjamin Franklin was a writer. He wrote a lot of notes. He did a blood seal. That's why it's not clear. He did a blood seal using the flesh of some of his slaves, so that even when we wake up and we start asking questions, we won't be able to get all the answers, because he used their energetic signature with their blood, so that it shielded and protected from ever surfacing. However, he did experiments on the people. If you ever watch Human Centipede, trigger warning, Human Centipede is where this scientist would sew people together to essentially make a superhuman, where it's multiple humans sewn together. He sewed people together to give like a Siamese twin sort of effect, and like tried to make like spider people. So sewing people together to give them more limbs. For a circus act. Not even anything important. Like it was for entertainment. For entertainment, really? Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune. All these arms going out. That's exactly what I see with the bodies. Awesome. I don't know the Hindu god's name, but I don't know if it's Shiva. I don't know. I don't. That's not my area of expertise or study. But all the arms, but not one singular body. Like it's multiple bodies together with a whole bunch of limbs. Just experimenting on people for entertainment purposes. That's the fucked up part. Not for research or anything like that. Just some. I'm taking a break from the office today. I want to go do something fun type of stuff. What else? That's where he got the blood from. I'm seeing 4 people being dealt with in that situation. All those families need to get compensated. I'm not. What are some names? Can I get some names? Let me get some names. All black people with a last name Franklin. If you black and your last name Franklin, yeah. And if you're white and your last name is Franklin or Caucasian, you need to contact me immediately. As long as you can handle the services I give. Now, if you can't handle the services that I give, which are linked in the description box, you need to find the people in your lineage who can handle it. Because this is ridiculous. They're birthing mutant babies that they were using for this as well. He was experimenting on the babies, doing the same thing. Sewing babies together for entertainment. On some American Horror Story type of time. Literally, American Horror Story. Where do y'all think the inspiration for those episodes come from? They were trying to get us into, wow. They were trying, Benjamin Franklin and his team were trying to make the Aboriginals into their God selves without telling the victims what they were doing. So they saw what they looked like in the astral plane and they tried to physically force them and sew them together to make them look like that. And did all type of blood magic on them to see it. That, okay, so I get it. Entertainment purposes. I get it now. It's still fucked up, but at least I get it now. Because it wasn't to actually ascend us as a people. It was for them to be able to observe God in a third dimensional sense. They played the role of God to actually observe God in the physical so that they can rule over God himself, which is us. Sewing these people together, making them reproduce and creating mutant babies so you could see God in the works. Intentionally interbreeding brothers and sisters, fathers and daughters, mothers and sons to create the perfect birth defects to recreate what you see in the astral realm. Benjamin Franklin. Had all this money, all these resources, all this time on your hands, and you just got so bored that you just had to see God in action. Now, as much as I want to be angry with our people for allowing this sort of behavior to go on, because what were you doing? Just laying there getting sewn on? At the same time, I get it. A lot of stuff was done in the dark. Like, they couldn't actually see. Like, the lights were turned off type of thing. I get that. Being drugged and poisoned and knocked out. So then by the time you wake up, a lot of things happen. I get that. I get that. There's still some things, though, that just went too far for y'all to just, give me liberty or give me death. That's what they said. Why couldn't our people do that shit, though? There's plenty of us who jumped off the boat before even getting to this land piece here. Plenty of our people who took themselves out in war because it's like, I'm not finna be ruled by these people. I'll come back. I'm one of them. And it's like, nah, I'll come back. I'll come back when the people are ready to stop going through this shit. I was one of the ones who came back after the Emancipation Proclamation and was assisting other black people on getting their lives started properly. By bloodline, my folks were literally sharecroppers and owned property. We got our reparations. I'm one of them. I'm here to help the rest of these niggas out. That's what I'm here for. And in order for me to do that, I have to assist y'all Caucasians. Because what is that? Why y'all weird like that? Bruh, that is weird. All the shrooms and ayahuasca in the world couldn't explain to me how demented that type of behavior is. Y'all already made furniture out of our hair and skin. Now y'all want to sew us together to make us look like the actual aliens that we are, and then you knew we were aliens and then you wouldn't tell us? And then trafficking us throughout the whole political system? Because y'all remember, slaves were slaves back in the day. So they didn't have human rights. It wasn't considered rape. It was not considered to be trafficking. It was, I will allow you to use my property, pay me a fee. It wasn't considered prostitution because we weren't considered to be people. We're not people. We're not humans. We are not humans. We are entities. They were treating us like animals though. So they are prostituting us to all these politicians, all these founding fathers. They didn't call it wrong because politically correctness was that we weren't people. We didn't have human rights because we're not human. We're actually not human. And they know this. The whole 3/5 of a human thing, yeah, that's true. Because we're higher realm beings. We have DEA. We're 9 ether beings. Our hair defies gravity. We're charged by the sun, not damaged by it. If our physical vessels behave and perform absolute opposite to theirs, they know there's something unhuman about that. And they've known this. So they decided to make us a circus act instead of just allow us to be. We don't mind performing our miracles, but they couldn't wait they didn't have patience. They wanted to see it. They wanted to force things in action. Out of greed, out of impatience. This is sick. I see why you wanted to hide it, but damn. Like every time you think you found something, the prostitution was already bad. The bug breaking was already bad. The incest breeding was already bad. But y'all sewing niggas together trying to create godlike beings. What? Every time we dig deeper, it's some more bullshit. Now y'all wondering why y'all's kids is special needs and missing limbs when they're born. And they have night terrors all the time, and why they have all these mental illnesses, and why they die prematurely. Then y'all get mad, and then you want to poison the water so everybody else suffers. Zen said it's in their genetics. Can't say I'm surprised. Favorite president, JFK. No, I'm not racist, just practical. Well, this isn't about presidents. This is about the people who created these. This nigga Franklin was not a president. Yeah, he was a statesman and a political philosopher, but he wasn't a president. they would sew these people together, do rituals around them, ritualistic behaviors to them, force them to speak. And that's how he got his invention ideas. What? Let me. Like, this shit just nasty. Like, I see why y'all don't want nobody to know. Cause it's like the money not the problem. Cause like, I know how money works. I know how finance works. It don't take nothing for y'all to produce these federal notes here. It don't take nothing for these promissory notes to be issued out to people. So, our confusion as a people, since we're the smaller aspect of society, right? According to y'all's demographics, the Aboriginals are a smaller percentage of this country than white people and Caucasians, right? If that's true, why haven't we been compensated properly? It has nothing to do with the money. Y'all can afford it. Y'all just sent several billions of dollars to other countries a couple months ago. Oh, that's true, right? So y'all been had the money the whole time. This is the world reserve currency. So that means that the world is giving y'all money all the time, right? Okay, so y'all been had the money. Y'all didn't want this truth to get out. It's way beyond. These folks done did the most filthy, heinous actions that I never even thought of. I could have never thought of that. I would have never thought of that. Like, that's crazy. Because again, greed. Just to get more money. What's the point? What is the point? What is the point of social media? What is the point of artificial intelligence? What is the point of those things if people are still going through certain problems that just shouldn't exist? They just shouldn't exist. Yeah, y'all want to keep doing technology and keep innovating and keep doing this and keep evolving. As we can't evolve as a society when we have these mental problems here. That's a mentally deranged individual to do some shit like that for money. Didn't nobody need none of these inventions that bad. Nobody. Hen 3000 said it's all fiat, a fallacy, jokers and gestures. It is. It is. And that's the point. Why do all that for fake money just to think you could keep everything a secret for so long? Or think that just because you took it to your grave, because this nigga dead, right? He thought because he took it to his grave that nobody would find out. My nigga, this is occult knowledge. I don't need to talk to you. That is disgusting. And he had a small dick too. And he would just make the dude suck it. He just because it was funny, he would make the male slave suck his dick. These type of guys wanted to rule over somebody so bad. I don't know what was going on in Britain. I don't give a fuck. Because just because you want to leave from the trauma that you had in Europe doesn't mean you need to go to another place and bring all type of hell over to another people. Everybody be making jokes about the fact that these niggas had hair long. Like, there's nothing wrong with a dude having long hair, but a lot of these dudes wore powdered wigs and high heels. They drag queens, bruh. Just some political drag queens. Intentionally wearing white powdered wigs and heels. some fashion pieces were meant for males first, but y'all can see these niggas fruity. You just Google them; they're just fruity looking. That's gross. I'm trying to see what else needs to be brought to the surface. Like I said, y'all need to. If you have the last name Franklin, you need to dig deep. Whether you are Caucasian or Aboriginal, dig deep by researching. Read this nigga's autobiography if he got one. Read other biographies if they have them. Whoever was involved in this man's life, whoever is a living descendant of any of those people that you research, contact them directly, man. Contact them. Ask them the questions that need to be asked. Because what the fuck going on? If you have the last name Franklin, and if I meet you in person, and if you see my videos and you haven't researched anything, I might punch you in your jaw. This not even my family. This not even my bloodline. And I'm fucked up about what the fuck going on here. This man sewed people together, tried to create what he visibly saw as an entity spiritually, did whatever chants and rituals, all type of blood magic and all type of weird shit to get his invention ideas for money. You don't take all that. You want invention ideas, just set up a fucking meditation circle. And if you want to do blood magic, get everybody's consent to do that. What the hell going on? See, what they did was they used all these practices and used them for evil to reverse psychology and make us think it was evil. No, it was never evil. Feminists, we could do blood magic every month. We could do that whenever we want to. If they wanted to do that, all they had to do is do it properly in the right way. Every time a woman gives birth, they could collect her blood. They get blood samples and use it for whatever rituals you want to do. There's ways to do that shit. If you want to cut yourself and get the blood, there's ways to do that with consent. You ain't got to torture niggas and birth mutant babies and torture babies. We thought adrenochrome was bad, y'all. We thought adrenochrome was bad. These niggas was birthing mutant babies. It just keeps getting worse and more stupid. Because it's like, what was the cause? What was the reason? Bruh, stuff ain't advanced that fast. Look at this door. We still got the same door design that y'all niggas had from way back then. We still got the same floor. Y'all ain't innovated that much, bruh. Y'all ain't innovated that much. Just selling shit to get more money in your bank account. Ken Burns, KenBurns.com. He did a 4-hour documentary on Benjamin Franklin. Y'all need to research him. That's Ken, K-E-N, Burns, B-U-R-N-S. He has a website called KenBurns.com. See, okay. See, his autobiography is called The Way to Wealth. The Way to Wealth? Really? Really? See, I ain't even know none of this, and everything I'm saying getting confirmed. It was all for money. The Way to Wealth is an essay written by Benjamin Franklin in 1758. It's a collection of adages and advice presented in Poor Richard's Almanac during its first 25 years of publication, organized into speech given by Father Abraham to a group of people. Many of the phrases Father Abraham quotes continue to be familiar today. The essay's advice is based on the themes of work ethic and frugality. Yeah, work ethic. Okay. Work ethic. Poor Richard's Almanac. Who's Richard? Isn't Richard the long name, the full name for Dick? Because they think that shit funny. They think that shit funny. They be the ones playing on words. The nickname for Richard is Dick. So Poor Dick's Almanac. They think that shit funny. Ain't nobody gonna catch on to it. Bro, what? Talking about his philosophies and discoveries of electricity. That nigga was getting, oh, what's it called? Pegged. That nigga was getting pegged. That's why he was trying to figure out electricity so bad. It's a fetish, bruh. Everything always goes back to sex with these niggas. The fuck wrong with y'all? It's all sex. They don't care about nothing except for sex and being stimulated. It then said, and disgraceful for real. It is. Just. Okay. Move 3. Five of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Give me one more. Seven of Wands. Then on the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. You want me to go ahead and pull these cards? Oh, just one? Okay, just one of these cards. And we're gonna wrap this up. This is nasty, bro. I know I asked for all this to come to the surface. It's just, damn. We be thinking we figured y'all out and how deranged y'all are. And it just keeps getting worse. Well, it's not getting worse. We just keep finding out worse shit. Okay, I had already pulled this one. Okay. So here we have bet number 2. The Two of Swords. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. The time from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m., which is Cancer, Tammuz, and number 7, Zayin. And this got confirmed with the Devil card as far as that 12 to 2 time frame. My mistake, because I said 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. No, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. So that's the exact opposite of Capricorn, of 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. Cancer is opposing Capricorn. So we come full circle essentially. So that just took a lot out of me. That took a lot out of me. I'm finna read these cards. Y'all give me a second. Let me stretch my legs for 1 second. Cause bruh, what in the world? These niggas found God on earth and wanted to. Okay. Yo, the slave trade wasn't even about labor. They just wanted to have the gods captured. It wasn't even about labor for real. It wasn't even truly about money. They just wanted power over the true gods of this realm. Damn. Because if it was about money, they would have just left it at labor. When you go to work and your boss tell you what your job is, you clock in and clock out. What they doing all this other shit for? If it was about money, they would have left it at you work non-paid. They would have left it there. Nah, bruh. Okay. Two of Swords, balance, adaptability, hard-won harmony, dialectic, confrontation, duel. So, like I had said, a poor man's almanac. This is the Five of Pentacles, which is the poverty card. So again, I already said this shit, and now it's confirmed here. Okay. Poor Richard's almanac, poor Dick's almanac, right? And then here we have the Three of Swords. We just had the Two of Swords. Now this is an entity. You see half of his body. The other half of his body is invisible. I don't remember his exact name, I'll be honest. But this guy, he only has one arm. He only has one leg. And what have I been talking about this whole time? Mutilation, body manipulation. This entity is naturally like that. They wanted to recreate this shit artificially. I have to figure out what that entity's name is. And this is the Seven of Wands. I'm kind of struggling with seeing how this is relevant. This looks like a lady in the background sharing some information. She's indigenous. Y'all give me 1 second, because I gotta find what entity that is. I'm not even finna let that up. Chirui. Chirui. Spelled Chiruwi. Y'all can look that up. Y'all can look that up. That's a being, an entity with half of a body. He has half of his body. That's what he looks like. Chirui. Chirui. Yup. Chirui. Man, them folks seen Chirui in the flesh, bruh. They seen him. Benjamin Franklin was seeing all type of entities. Because when you are an inventor, you connect with the higher realms in order to get your ideas anyway. It's just he kept running out of ideas because he's a fucking human being. That nigga had seen Chirui, and then he had seen somebody else. He was like, no, I have to recreate this. I have to recreate this. I'm an inventor. I can do it. Instead of just respecting the spirit realm for what it is and seeing that it's a dual aspect of dimensions, he tried to create that shit in the 3D. Like them people were just some pieces of metal or some fucking wood that you could nail and heat together. Man, what? There's something about a child here. Something about a child. Some child either figured it out or something. I don't know. There's some child somewhere. They were able to escape from the experiments and the torture. They were probably the ones who were able to spiritually figure out that what was going on wasn't what they were being told was going on. Because children are better connected to spirit than adults are. This could have been the mutant baby. Probably was a mutant baby. Figured out what was going on and was like, nah, I'm finna flip the script on all y'all. Then the experiment stopped. But yeah, that's this folk, Benjamin Franklin. Bro, what? The Way to Wealth by Benjamin Franklin. Poor Richard's Almanac by Benjamin Franklin. Bitch ass nigga, Benjamin Franklin. Shit is weird. The way to wealth is through orgasms and blood magic. That's what it is. You don't have to do that shit by mutilating people and having rape orgies. You don't have to do that shit. But since white people can't find satisfaction in their own, like, I don't even think there's a problem with mixing. I don't necessarily think that that's the issue. It's the mentality of it all. If a goddess decides to be with a human being male, that potentially is okay. But if that male gets out of his fucking mind, then shit's not gonna go right. These human being males and these human being females, they like, y'all know, they just don't have that spark the way that goddesses do. They just don't got it. His wife knew about this shit. She was watching it. She knew that the same dick she was fucking on was getting sucked by black men. Deborah. Her name's Deborah. Had the nerve to be one of the biblical judges' names. See, they weren't even married. She was a common law wife. That's what I'm saying. He did not commit to that bitch. She was a common law wife. See, hell no. That's the shit I'm talking about. What the fuck? Her name's Deborah Reed Franklin. Zen said they definitely don't have that spark that y'all got. Y'all the supreme god after all. I mean, that's true. I just, It's like this. It's been the problem. They keep referring to him as a polymath, right? Because he is. He's very studious. He knows all this stuff. But they keep like here it says Deborah Reed Franklin is the common law wife of Benjamin Franklin, polymath and one of the founding fathers of the United States. Okay, he's very studious and he knows a lot, so he's a polymath. Right, okay. The fucking issue is nobody in history, as far as this United States here, wanted to practice polygyny properly. So instead of just having a main wife and some concubines, they gotta do all this other fuck shit. Just some crazy ass shit to get their rocks off. Just weirdos. Weird, because they had the money. It wasn't that they couldn't afford the lifestyle to have that. They just didn't want to do shit right. They just didn't want to do it right. There's just a mental problem of not wanting to do things righteously. That's a mental problem. That's them low vibrational demons. Like nigga was smart as hell, but still was corrupted by low vibrational, low dimensional demons. Because this is his description. Benjamin Franklin was an American polymath who was active as a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomat, printer, publisher, and political philosopher. That's how they describe him. It's always, oh, he's a polymath. He's so smart. He's so smart. Yeah, and this nigga had a small dick too. So we had to rape black people and sew them together to create deities and entities so that he could get deep enough into his meditations doing blood magic so that he can get new invention ideas because he was mad that he had to keep studying things and couldn't just come up with it in his own head. But it's for what though? He had enough money. If it's your passion to do the stuff you're doing, you're not gonna do all that shit just to get more. You'll be patient with your own self and your own gifts. Doing all that crazy ass shit and then not telling nobody about it. Then your wife's just over there hoping that you'll marry her one day and you never do. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He was like, I'm not marrying that bitch. I'm gonna have my kids and go. Let me see something. What? Hold on. They had a boy that died at 4 years old. See, that what I just say. Y'all be having these kids trying to figure out why y'all's kids is dying, why they mentally ill, and why they got disabilities and shit. This little nigga died from smallpox. How you one of the richest families and you fall ill to one of the most common diseases of the time? Don't y'all have access to all the medical treatments? That particular son was Francis Folger Franklin. So that was either a sacrifice or he really did die from karma. Because how y'all the top family in the fucking country and still susceptible to common shit? That's the whole point of having all the money, right? So you can have insurance, so you can pay for doctors. You can pay for the best foods. So you have access to being excluded from the common folk. Shit don't be making no sense. Then his other son don't even say who his mom is. When you look up the parents on all his other kids, you can see it says Benjamin Franklin and Deborah Reed. On his other son, it don't even say Deborah Reed on there. So who's his mom? Who's his mom? Because according to Google, it might not be Deborah. I don't know. Anyway, I'm finna go. That's crazy. That right there. Look, every day I wake up and Caucasian people just anyway, y'all can hit me up and get my services in the link in my description box so y'all can actually uproot a lot of these issues that y'all are still having today, and for things to actually go right. All right, because y'all got the money. That's not the problem. Y'all have the generational wealth. Y'all have the intellect. Y'all have the education. You have the prestige. You have the name. Right? Okay then. Get y'all spiritual life in order. So y'all kids stop dying and stop getting sick from random shit that you know they're not supposed to have. Y'all's kids are born mutilated because Benjamin Franklin was the one mutilating other people. And it's simple. And a lot of y'all know that too. A lot of people in y'all's bloodline actually know that. Yet, it's the embarrassment and the not wanting to accept the fact that, I don't know. I don't know. The collective shadow has to get out of here. All right? Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and go because the bots coming in the comment section. All right. Appreciate y'all 4 viewers and 4 likes. Shalom on Rainicorns. I will see y'all in the next one. Where my thing at? There we go.